Alright. Thank you very much for the support, everyone that's tuning in, both new and old. Only thought I'd have a few subscribers, but ended up being more than 60. It's crazy. Big thanks again to everybody. And feel free to drop a like if you appreciate the time and effort that's put into these videos. It helps out a lot. Alright, today we're going to be discussing the leaked email from Elon, followed by the Tesla Model Y 4680 battery cells and structural battery pack that will be optimized in GigaBerlin. Afterwards, we'll finish off the video with some clips of Sandy Munro, where I commentate at the end. And just as a bit of an extra, the largest Tesla center has opened in Hamburg, Germany. Not just the largest for Tesla, but the largest of all automakers in Germany. So let's get straight into it. For Elon Musk, he states that 500,000 was the big target for many years. With the deliveries that have come from Q3, he is needing about 182,000 before he meets that 500,000 target production line. And so an email was leaked, and I'm gonna start quoting him now. It will be tough but super exciting if we can exceed 500,000 cars made in a single year for the first time in Tesla history. When we started Tesla just over 16 years ago, I never thought we would get this far, but thanks to your hard work and ingenuity, we actually have a chance of making 500,000 cars in a single year. Wow, that's incredible. This is all comes down to Q4. Please take whatever steps you can think of to improve output brackets while increasing quality. Well, there you have it, guys. There is a good chance we're going to meet that 500,000 goal. It's one of these targets that has been set for many years, so the new target I'm assuming would be actually 10 million once the other Giga plants have been set up. Now moving on from that, the GigaBerlin Model Ys will be produced with 4680 cells and a structural battery pack. It was announced on Twitter yesterday. In addition to that, a single piece front and rear casting for the vehicle will be completely different to what we see in Fremont and Shanghai. So the innovation and the manufacturing capabilities will be tested out in the GigaBerlin plant and then adopted through the varying Giga plants. So this is really good to hear. It's interesting though, because like after Battery Day, Wall Street was quite disappointed with what was released, but there's been a lot of hinting as to the release of these 4680 cells already being into the mainstream. Among those hints were the Roadrunner line that's operating close to Fremont, and a slide which you'll see just now that was shown during Battery Day shows the Model Y frame equipped with 4680 cells and a structural battery pack, together with the vehicle's single piece front and rear cast. The new cells and structural pack should allow Gigafactory Berlin to ramp its vehicle production and optimize its operational costs, further aiding in the ramping of the scaling between the different lines. So this is really good to hear. This is exactly what you want to hear as a Tesla shareholder. A plan and a structure that's logical and methodical to optimize whatever they're trying to do. Really, really good to hear. And of course, as you've heard from Elon's email, he's encouraging everyone to innovate. Doesn't matter what level of staff you are. If you're a manager, entry level, he encourages everyone to innovate. This is something that is not seen in any other automaker in the world. Like, you're told to do something by the manager and you go and do it. Doesn't matter if your idea is a better idea, you go and do it. Whereas it's complete opposite culture in Tesla, and this is what makes Tesla absolutely fantastic. And this is why I believe it's going to be a $4 trillion company in the next few years, because they encourage this rapid improvement, this development. And as you see from Sandy Munro's clips that you're going to watch in a couple of minutes, this is that innovation put at pace. If this is what they could do just by allowing people to use their creativity, could you imagine what they're going to do when they're already 4 or 5 or 6 giga plants ahead of everyone? Crazy.
These batteries are going to be placed, and then if you can see these voids right here, they're going to fill that up with epoxy. And once the epoxy is in here, this is going to be as rigid as any brick that you could ever imagine. This is going to be rock solid. So this idea, I'm really excited about. Now, I know all you short sellers out there are going to say, well, everybody's going to do that. Well, they aren't doing it. And I don't know of anybody else that is doing this right now. So I'm going to tell you what I see versus what everybody else says.
Absolutely brutal ending there from Sandy. But the truth is in the detail. He's an expert in the automaker field, and this is coming from his mouth, not mine. Now, the Model S, 3, and X were the highest safety rating of all cars before it. For them to further be enhancing that safety should be a really good hint to everyone else that they're ahead of the game. Whereas a lot of other legacy car makers are focusing on the battery, powertrain. These guys are focusing on safety. That says a lot about the company. A lot about the company.
Now, this whole arrangement is going to become what we would call the structural floor pan. So we're going to have a big casting at one end, a big casting at the other end, and another casting in the middle. And that casting in the middle is usually a stamped pan, and all it does is basically keep you from falling out of the car, but also it keeps the rigidness between the front and rear suspension systems. That's what gives you the ability not to have the car twist. With this thing will never twist. This is going to have the highest Hertz rating of any vehicle on the planet because of the way this is configured and the fact that all these batteries are now squeezed together and then epoxied in place. This thing has nowhere to go. This is going to be phenomenally rigid. It'll have more safety than what the other one was.
Further safety from no twisting due to the resin that's placed in between the 4680 cell batteries. This is crazy, absolutely crazy, in a good way. Let's move on.
We all know that I made a lot of noise about the Tesla wheel inner. It had 107 parts at least, and it had hundreds of more of welds and self-piercing rivets and who knows what else, and laser welding. It had a lot of stuff that I didn't care for. And I said, this should be one piece. And Elon complied. And here it is, one piece. So this is actually what I was talking about. This is the wheel inner, but he added a few things. So he added the stiffener rails that go into the floor pan and hold up the battery. And he also added the things like to support the shock tower and also even places where wires could be configured and put into this casting. This was a brilliant idea, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough because he said, oh, I also need something else. I want this casting to be bigger, twice as big. So now what you've got is a casting like this on one side, but it incorporates the whole rear end of the car. And what did he show us on Battery Day? He's doing the same thing with the front of a car. Oh, what am I looking at right here, boys and girls? What am I looking at here? This is a giant casting. This has been sitting on our floor since 2017. Do you know how many thousands of engineers have walked by and looked at this? Do you know how many times we've tried to present this to different companies to say, hey, this is the wave of the future? And do you know how many implemented them? Zero. None. Why? Why didn't they do that? Because it wasn't the same old, same old. So with that, I'm going to close it out. I want to thank Tesla for making my day. They make me a lot I don't drive one of their cars, and I don't get paid by them, but they certainly make my life easier because every time I've said something in the past regarding what could be the next way or the next wave of technology, I get a big blank stare from others, and they give me this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's brilliant.
Tesla's already miles ahead of the competition. They're constructing casts to produce these vehicles and optimize the production lines, reducing costs, reducing manufacturing capability. What more can you ask? Now, this video's increased in timeline, it's a bit more than usual, doing a commentating segment of the video. If you enjoy it, please drop it a like and comment below if you appreciate the time. And just finishing off this video, the extra piece of information, construction of the Hamburg Tesla Center in Germany for the sales and service of the Model X, 3 and S vehicles. Now, this is the largest automaker sales center in Germany. This beats BMW, this beats Audi. You know, it's a big power statement to have something of this size. 70,000 square feet spreading over 2 floors. That's massive, absolutely massive. And it's modeled, fun fact, it's modeled after the China experience centers, which are also extremely popular. You can check out videos of them below. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video and gained some insight and up-to-date knowledge as a Tesla shareholder, and I hope you have a nice day. Feel free to check out the link below to our free Discord for Tesla investors, and have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.